Hello and welcome to Grossly Competent, the learning, development, and adulting podcast that does not claim to be pretty. God, no. But we will happily pretend to be slightly competent. I am your host, Steve Council, and I'm joined by my co-host, a man whose very looks cause locking mechanisms just to simply disappear, Mr. Patrick Ayleshire.
Well, thank you, Stephen Cornelius.
I really scraped the bottom of the barrel for that one. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yes, my name is Patrick, and I'll be your co-host today, compensating for whatever that was. And Steve, a man whose confidence continues to outpace his research.
Oh, there is nothing I love more than like the subliminal insult. That is fantastic. Take it. I will take it all day. You act like I do my research outside of Facebook. So that's the place to get it, right? That's where all the knowledge in the world takes place. That was the point of social media. No,
Of course.
kidding.
Yeah.
Patrick, we have an action-packed episode here. So I think we just need to kind of cut to the chase. And who do you have as our sponsor of the week?
This week's episode is sponsored by Car Maintenance Denial. The belief that warning lights are merely suggestions. With phrases like, "It's been on for months," and "It sounds worse in winter," Car Maintenance Denial keeps mechanics employed nationwide.
Wow. Thanks, big Car Maintenance Denial. You know what's really funny about this? It was like a week or two ago. My wife borrowed my car. Not a big deal. Great, right? And she's driving down the road. She calls me and is like, "What is wrong with your car?" What do you mean? What is wrong with what? She's like, "It makes this rattling sound. There's like something, it feels like something is battering something inside." Like, oh, I just drove it and I did not hear that at all. Like, I just heard it again. Like, wow, I didn't know. What are you talking about? When my daughter exited the back of the vehicle, the seatbelt was hanging outside of the door. So that was very nicely hanging the outside of my door as she is going down Highway 94, an interstate, just. So I might be wrong, but I feel like a metal seatbelt is not good. It's not good for your paint job. Jury's out. I guess we're going to find out from Car Maintenance Denial in about a couple of months when I finally take it in. But you reminded me of that. So that's what I have to look forward to in my life. That's really great. Well, thank you, Car Maintenance Denial. We appreciate you, and you are a wonderful sponsor. And you feel free to send me that coupon for said maintenance anytime you want to in the mail. That sounds great.
That is amazing. Well, Steve, and uggos round the world, today we have a truly special episode lined up for all of you. We are graced by the presence of someone we are truly hoping, can help spruce the joint up and bestow some serious competence.
And that you are right. Ladies and gentlemen, she hails from a background spanning over 3 decades in the human resource industry, working to provide a meaningful and impactful voice to all those she interacts with. Armed with a BS, which is no BS, in psychology, communications, and a master's in human resources, she has the skills, know-how, and personality to win over even the harshest of critics and melt even the ugliest of faces, including ours. Chances are, if you've worked with the largest employer association in the United States, also known as the MRA, in the last 20 years, you've felt the impacts of her talents. She enjoys coffee on St. Patrick's Day, meeting new folks such as me, the sunshine, and is a constant ambassador for community education. Please welcome to the program, and a friend of mine and the show, the great, the incredible Lynell Meeth.
Wow, thank you. What a great, yeah. I was like, I want to clap for myself. That was a great intro. Although I was laughing. I was laughing. I wanted to laugh really hard at that, but fairly accurate. No, spot on. I mean,
Well, your voice was a little.
Mine?
Your voice is hard to listen to, but that's a typical.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Thursday.
yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I tuned you out halfway through that. That's just
See, Lynell, you were so worried about how you were going to interact, and you already know the program. Belittle Steve as much as you can. That is the program. And I sincerely mean it. Thank you for joining us. I'm really excited to have this conversation with you. I really think that our listeners are going to get a lot out of this, and just getting to know you is going to be awesome. I think that's a great place to start. Why don't you bestow a little bit on us? Like, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's personal, professional, wherever you want to take it. Tell us what you think we should know.
Well, I mean, you did do a fantastic intro on there. Did you say 3 decades? Did you say 3 decades of?
I don't know.
Well, so now people know how old I am. You could do the math. I did go to school, and then I started working after that. So, but yeah, no, I've been doing this HR gig for quite a while now, and I think I'm finally figuring it out. Like, I think I kind of know what I'm doing now. It's good. It took like 30 years, but yeah.
I think you're a little self-deprecating there. I think you've got it more than figured out.
It's been a fun ride, and I enjoy the things. I've done a lot of different things in that span of career. So pretty much anything in HR, I've tackled it. I like some areas better than others, but
well, yeah. Let's talk about that. Are there certain areas that you like more than others? What would those be, if you don't mind my prying?
Well, I'll start with what I dislike is benefits and comp. Oh, it's just straight up boring. Yeah, that's straight up boring. No offense to anybody who does that, but it's straight up boring. No, I like the L&D part better. I like onboarding and succession planning, culture engagement, that kind of stuff. Recruiting is like meh. And employee relations is not a fan favorite, but it's necessary. And I find people's personalities and behaviors in the workplace a strange and wonderful thing to navigate. So
this kind of ties in with something that we'll probably cover a little bit later on, and that is your background in psychology. I mean, that was something that you pursued, but we will get to that. I promise you, we'll touch on that. I appreciate the fact that you love L&D, because I don't know if you know this or not, we are an L&D podcast.
I thought that's maybe what you guys actually talk about. I wasn't sure, but I've listened to a few, and I was like, do they talk about L&D? I don't know. I'd like to revisit the whole icebreaker thing, because I think that was a lovely spirited debate about icebreakers. So I think a well-placed icebreaker that actually ties into the topic you're going into, it can be very impactful.
Steve,
so I personally like an icebreaker.
Steve, remind me, what was that episode called, in case I want to go back and listen to it? What was that?
No. We have so many, Patrick.
I think it was
no, whatever you think it is, it's not what it was called. I believe it was called "Is Patrick Always Right?"
Yeah, that's it. That was you're right. That was Lynell. Though I want to mention quickly with you mentioned compensation and all that exciting stuff that is involved with that. I logged into work on Tuesday morning, and I checked my email, and I had a little slap on the wrist from our payroll, just because the pay period had officially ended. And the Friday previously, I forgot to clock in on our LMS system. So even though I am salary, every day we have to go in and put our time in. And I received, and we're not supposed to do it ahead of time. Like we can't put it weeks in advance. So
just 8 to 5, 8 to 5.
Well, that's what it looks like every day, but I have to just do that day at a time. And I've been with my organization 4 years and never had an issue, but just forgot on Friday. And then Monday, I was out because we had a minor holiday due to President's Day. So what happened was I logged in on Tuesday and there was some emails from Monday morning saying you have until 10 o'clock to get this fixed. Well, I didn't see those emails because
you're ugly.
I was not there.
Oh,
so by Tuesday, by Tuesday, they had given me a vacation day for the previous Friday. And so I wrote them back saying, thanks for making sure I got paid. However, I did work on Friday, so I would like that vacation day back. But I just had to share it because that was top of my mind as far as compensation and all that stuff. So,
well, I do find it really interesting, Lynell, that based off of the things that you like about HR, like specifically the things that you don't, the comp, the benefits, like those are very, I guess, very rigid, very structured, policy-oriented things. But all the things that you do like sound like they're more on the creative side. And I really genuinely think that kind of like calls to your personality. You have that bubbly sense of self. You have that willingness to want to meet people where they are, see them learn, see them grow.
Yeah.
Does that sound fair?
Oh yeah, that's very fair. And I should, preface that it's like, it's not as though I don't feel like I can't handle benefit. Like I think because of what you said is spot on. There's not a lot of creativity in benefit plan design and compensation philosophies and things. It's pretty much like, do you have money to pay people? Cool. Do you want to pay at market? Great. And benefits, you are at the whim of so many things out of your control that to me, that's kind of frustrating because you want it to be the best it can be, but you can only do so much. And so that's where that's not as exciting to me. I like to work on things that the possibilities are endless and let's try this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, great. Let's try this. And you can't really do that with compensation, can you? It's like, Patrick, I'm just going to pay you like what, $10 an hour? Does that feel good? Like, that's cool. Just because we're friends. So I like you more. You $20. So
does Steve have to work twice as hard as I do?
No. See, it'd be more fun if he actually worked less.
Oh, okay.
Because then that would create the employee relations issue that I mentioned before. And we'd have to talk about that.
This is very Office Space-esque, right? The Peter, right? Isn't he the main character where he has a conversation with, the two consultants? It's like, it's not a matter of motivation. It's just that I'm going to work only until I don't get fired. Yeah, the Bobs. Exactly. The Bobs. But no, I agree.
I thought you were going to talk about money laundering.
What is money? I better look that up. I'm not 100% sure. Even though I've watched Ozark, I still don't know if I fully understand how it works. I think I have an idea, but I would be them looking, I'd be Googling so I can really make sure I'm on the grid, trying to figure out what is this? But I'm also not in that.
Breaking Bad, you just got to buy a car wash. You got to, that's how you do it.
So that's the plan. You either buy a laundromat or a car wash.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Not listeners out there, not that we would condone you doing such things, but that's it. You just need to buy one of those two types of things and just let her rip.
Yeah, there should be like a disclaimer like going across the screen right now of, like you should not actually listen to any of us seriously.
No.
So.
Well, then nobody does. That's the best part. Don't you worry, none. No. I think everybody knows that we are speaking in jest. We are just having a little fun. Not at all.
So, Lynell, I got the next question. And according to Steve's stalking skills, you graduated with a BS in psychology from Carroll University, formerly Carroll College. And I would like to say hello to a fellow Carroll alum right here. Pioneers.
Wow. Wait, you were there too?
I was there too. I was there in the middle of the transition from Carroll College to Carroll University.
Oh, okay.
I was a part-time student, kind of missed out on the, wild college experience, I'm sure, that I would have had if I was getting crazy downtown Waukesha. But what made you choose the path that you did?
Well, it's actually kind of a fun story that I tell people because you certainly can change your mind about what you want to do when you go to school if you decide to do that. And when I went to Carroll, I thought for sure I wanted to do journalism. I had these lofty ideas of I was going to write for a newspaper. I was going to be on the nightly news, talking the news, and just like that was my dream. I wanted to do that. But it was like halfway through the first semester of doing all that. And I was like, oh, you know what? Journalism, that's a lot of deadlines. I'm a little bit of a procrastinator. I don't know how well I would do with this role. And also, I mean, and practically speaking too, it's an unfortunate kind of comment to make, but you don't always get to report on what you want to. And sometimes there's bias. I know, shocker, right? With journalism. And that didn't sit right with me. I was like, no, I want to tell the truth and be out there just, reporting the news. So I went to my guidance counselor and I said, okay, I thought I was going for communications and I don't think that's going to work out for me. I still like it, but what else can I do? And I remember him saying, well, just take, Psych 101, Business 101, like a bunch of these, and just see what you like. Okay, fine. So I did all that, went back to him. I was like, this is great. I love everything that you told me to do. I love psychology. I love business. I love communications. Now what am I supposed to do? And he's like, well, have you ever heard of human resources? And I'm like, nope, what's that? And he's like, well, it combines all of that. You are in a business setting. You're using effective communication skills. You're figuring out the, psychology of like why people maybe do what they do. And he kind of put it all together. Fantastic. Sign me up. That's what I want to do then. So it combined like three things that I really enjoyed those classes. And here I am. And then unfortunately I get to the end of undergrad and I don't feel prepared at all to go into that line of work. So I panicked a little and I thought I needed, I got to go on to school. I got to keep going to school. So then I went straight to a master's program at Marquette and finished up there. Yeah.
Do you mind if I cut in kind of in the middle of that there? Where you originally said that after your bachelor's, you felt like you weren't prepared. What did you, why was that? Did you attempt to go into the market and think oh my gosh, I don't know these things? Or was it a self-confidence thing? What was it? I'm really curious about that.
Yeah, I think it was self-confidence. Who's this little girl going to come in and tell people to show up to work on time and follow these policies or else? And so I really did want to understand a little bit better all the facets of HR.
Oh, okay.
Because it was just new to me. It's I don't know. You could go into this direction and you could go this direction. And that was also attractive about it too, is it's definitely a field that there's a lot of different ways you could go with it. So that's...
Yeah, there's a couple things. There's a couple things that really strike me with what you said. And thank you for that. I think first, Patrick and I have had this conversation multiple times on the show. And that is when you're starting out, you almost don't know what you don't know. And you're learning trial by error. And we always try to be that voice to anybody that might be listening and just saying that's okay. It's all right to screw up. It's okay. Just own it. Like, just please own it. But the other thing that you said that really just strikes me, and this actually ties in with what my next question is going to be, is that you talk about how HR is such an interesting department because it's so multifaceted, where let's just say, and this is going to be very stereotypical, and I don't mean it to be, like, let's just say you talk about a sales department. Fine. What does the sales department do? They sell, and that's it. Like, that's what they do. They sell, right? Or like the manufacturing, what do? Well, they manufacture. But with HR, there's all these different, very individualized, very specific niche components to it that I do agree with you that it is a very interesting and unique department in an organization. So with that, with all of that being said, something I noticed is that you refer to yourself as a real talk HR professional. And that strikes me. What does that mean to you, or what do you mean by that phrasing?
Yeah, so I found over the years that my style is one of being very down to earth and relevant and practical. And I think that's helped me over the years build good relationships with people. But I don't like to talk above people, like use all these, lofty words to make the person in front of me think I'm so smart and everything that I'm saying, and that everything is so, oh, well, this is exactly what the policy says, so that's exactly what we have to do. And we all know that real life is messy. So sometimes there's exceptions. Sometimes you do things a little bit differently than maybe what's down on paper, because that's what is really needed in that moment. So I've always been one that kind of feels more of like I'm a practical kind of gal. If you talk to me, I'm gonna pretty much kind of say it like it is. So like I've told people at work, like let's say there's someone's having maybe a conversation about something at work and it's not appropriate for workplace.
Sure.
And, you could come into an HR's office and it has come to my attention that there has been moments of inappropriate and unprofessional conduct that has been displayed at this particular time. And I was like, okay, my style is more like, okay, look, so, heard you outside in the break room. You're talking about, some current events, and, it seemed like it was getting pretty personal. That's probably something you just want to keep for your living room. My mantra is like, there's 3 things. Avoid, if you have this like really like urge and desire at work to talk about religion, politics, or sex, I say, just don't. Like that's for your living room. Like that's for your living room, right? So I'm like that kind of person that's just like, I'm just going to tell you how it is. It's like, yeah, that's just not, we just don't do that here. It's not going to be good for you in the long run. So just maybe don't. And instead of, trying to come across as this like, wow, you've done such bad things and I need to slap you on the wrist and tell you how bad you are. And it's like, nah, I think sometimes HR gets a bad rap of being that kind of policing agent of sorts, instead of being like a real human who just wants to break it down for you and help you succeed in your role. So here's some tips to help you do that. So that's kind of why I say that, is like, I feel like I'm just more like a real talk person.
So did you coin that, or is that something that you heard and you're like, oh, I like that. I'm going to borrow that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I stole it from someone. I do like to get inspired by other people, but I think I might have made that up myself. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Trademark that.
Yeah. Maybe I should trademark that. That you got it. That is like, wow. That you're giving me some ideas.
You need to get shirts made. You need shirts made, your face, and it's like real talk.
Yeah, real talk for real life. Like real life.
As heard on Grossly Competent podcast. Double
Yes, exactly.
Real life.
Oh, see?
Lynell, that's your podcast name.
Yeah.
Real talk for real life.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Will you have us on the show?
That's brilliant.
You gonna have us? Nah, you don't.
I will think about it. Yeah, I would think about it. I mean, I want it to be like brilliant. So, see, I had to. It was getting too real, you guys. I had to throw a little shade because it was getting a little too like.
Well, you're probably gonna record on Thursdays, and we're not available on Thursdays. So
You got other things to do. Yeah, I get that.
We have our own little podcast, and at times we prep for the other 6 days. So
Yeah.
this has been fun. This has been great.
No, thanks for joining us. No.
Yeah. And look at the time. Yep, that's all the time we have. Okay.
But I thought you said you record for an hour. Yeah, no. We're good to go. Thanks so much. Yeah.
It's an hour on it's Eastern Standard Time, whatever that.
Yeah. We fast forward it, and it's an hour. Yeah.
It's a New York.
There you go. Which is what most people do. They actually listen to us at 4x speed.
Yeah. That's.
Oh, I'm all done. Which, by the way, have you seen that at all? That YouTube has that now as an option if you upgrade. I'm like, 4x? You can't understand anything that's happening at 4. That's silly talk.
Yeah, I used to get a kick out of when my daughter was in school and she'd listen to recorded, professors talk. Yeah, it was always on at least double, if not triple speed.
I heard that's a good strategy for doing audiobooks. Like you can listen at like 1.5. I haven't tried that, but that might be a good strategy.
I will tell you, I do that.
Yeah. Do you?
Okay.
Yeah, it is highly recommended. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, people are fast talkers anyway, so.
Yes. And it's interesting because like if you play it at regular speed and then you, let's say, do it like the 1.25, you'll notice like it feels like there's no difference. You go to 1.5, you can sense there's a difference. It's just the pace is faster. That's all. But you understand everything. You get up to like 2. Sometimes that can be a little risque because the words start to blur together. But 1.5 is a great speed. Great speed. Couldn't recommend it more.
Good to know.
Yeah. Well, before I pass off the next question to Patrick, I did want to touch on something you said, Lynell, which I wholeheartedly agree. And I think I will admit that I am a victim to it as well. And that is before I became associated with HR through learning and development, I always looked at HR as like the big bad. Like if you get called into HR, it's like getting scolded by the principal, naughty, when I like your approach to it because you said it yourself. Like, no, I'm here to help you. And if I can't just be realistic and convey what I need to in a nice, meaningful manner, then what are we doing here? So I appreciate that immensely.
Yep.
Yeah. I like.
Yeah, I would tell people whenever I'd walk into a room, they'd be like, "Oh, there's HR." Shh, they like say shh, or they hide their phone. And I was like, "Do you realize like I'm sometimes on my phone at work? Like, why are you hiding your phone?" And they'll be like, shh. And I was like, "Why are you shushing?" And they're like, "Well, are we in trouble?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Are you talking about something where you are going to get in trouble? Like, what? Why do you automatically go there just because I walk in a room?" But yeah, there was a time in my career where unfortunately there was, some issues with the employees, embezzling, and it was a bad situation. And I'd have to walk in and actually terminate, a bunch of people. And so I got this nickname of the Little Terminator. And I thought, oh, this is terrible. Like every time I walk in, they're like, "There's the Little Terminator." And I was like, oh my gosh. And I had to start, I had to start like not wearing black anymore. And then I just have to pop into the office with just like bags of candy. Like it was like I was Santa Claus, because otherwise they thought I was there to like fire everybody. So I had to play like Santa for a year to get people to stop calling me that. I was like, no, I'm just here for dropping off these, Tootsie Rolls and gumdrops and whatever. Dark chocolate.
No, did you also wear the black sunglasses in-house with like a leather jacket that you stole off of a biker?
Oh, that would have been such Yeah, that would have been a cool look.
Well, you made the mistake of saying, I'll be back when you left the first time. So they really thought you were going to fire all them.
That's right. That was my mistake, Patrick. Now I know. See, where were you back in the, yeah, you could have coached me a little.
Give me your clothes, your boots, your motorcycle. Like, did that ever just roll off the tongue?
No, but
Terminator.
yeah, yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, the next time we get coffee, I'm going to have to be like, little T.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great nickname for a while. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just
God, that's wild.
it tells you like how quickly you can, just make assumptions about situations and think that HR is always the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I've got the next question here, and I want to talk just about kind of the history of all your experience in human resources. So you've had quite a bit of different experiences and time. What are some trends that you've seen come and go that you are glad have dissipated?
I mean, if I'm kind of speaking maybe from an L&D perspective, I would say I'm really glad there's no more transparencies. Did you ever make those back?
Oh,
Like literally like transparent. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you made them in the copy machine. You put them on the overhead projector thing. And, they'd be like nice and warm. And then you'd write on them. And then you'd have to like lick your fingers and like wipe it all off. And
Wet erase.
really glad we've gotten away from that. And, we just do e-learning now.
Well, I remember from school, the one thing was those bulbs were very, very hot. So it was, don't let the students touch those.
No, exactly. It was danger. It was a dangerous job. I mean, but give me a good flip chart. I still like a flip chart.
ooh.
Yes, you definitely did. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But
A nice flip chart, huh? Okay.
I still like a flip chart. Yes, I think that is still in vogue. Like, I don't think a good flip chart used correctly I don't think that's going away.
Do you
Even
The tear off with the Post-it.
oh yeah, you got to have the stick.
Those are awesome. The stick.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
So you could kind of, yeah. But there used to be you had these whiteboards where you'd project and then you could draw on them. So that took the place of a flip chart. But that, like, people didn't like that. So then they went, nah, let's go back to the paper. So, yeah, so that's kind of nice that that's gone away a little bit. But yeah, no, I would say overall that, from let's say a training or facilitation standpoint, that thank goodness we've gotten away from these kind of cookie cutter, off the shelf, oh, you need help in this area, here you go. And it was content that, you just sat and droned on for 8 hours and people were just out of their mind bored. And that we finally figured out like, oh, I think we should engage people. Like that would be really cool to do. And maybe we should only teach them things they need to know, not just, like everything. I know. So I feel like we've learned some things over the past few decades of like, oh, wait, this is probably a better way for people to learn. So yeah, I would say that's probably, something that I think has gotten better.
Steve, we just brought that up last week.
You did.
About what the need to know basis. Like, just tell me exactly what I need to know. There's all this other stuff. Like, no.
Yeah, we were specifically talking about the KISS method of just, keep it simple.
Yeah.
And how sometimes when you're dealing with a subject matter expert, it's just this involuntary dump of, well, they must know every single facet, when really you're talking from a fundamental level, what somebody needs to know at such a point in order to do their job effectively. They don't need to know, Pythagorean theorem. They just need to know how to push the button on the machine. Like, just give me the bare minimum. Yeah.
Right. Well, and I think too, we've gotten away from, it used to be like you put 1,000 words on a PowerPoint slide or something. And then it was like, oh, let's get away from that. Let's just put a picture of a frog. And then like we'll just talk around it and it'll just be like so inspiring and people are staring at a frog, while you're talking about something else. Like, I don't know, like you're talking about individual development plans and, there's a frog there and you're just like, I don't get it. Like, why is there a frog? And so then it was like, well, maybe we've gone too far that like, let's go back to putting things back on a slide. But I was trying to remember, do you recall those? I don't even know what it was called, but it was a presentation style that it would like zoom into something and then zoom out and then zoom in. And you know what I'm talking about? What is that?
Yes.
What was that?
Oh gosh. And like like the camera would like pivot all over the
Yes. You would say, okay, I'm now we're going to talk about this topic. And it would, whatever that program or something was, it would take you on this like roller coaster visual ride to that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick. Like, what is happening? Do you know? Okay. We will think.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
Prezio or Prezi. Yeah. It just came to me.
Yes. Those presentations always reminded me of, I want to say it was RAM. They were the ones that had the like RAM vehicles, like trucks and whatever.
Oh yeah.
That was, oh gosh, who did the voiceovers for that? So God, I can picture him too. Oh man. But those commercials were filmed in that type of variety. It was like wham, 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 wham. Like it was all over the place. By the time you were done, you're like, I'm not even sure I know what they were selling. I feel like I just did I get in a car accident?
But
Ran.
Yeah. Right. They gave you this visceral effect of like now every time you felt nauseous, you're like, oh, RAM. I don't know why they make that connection.
Yeah. They're trying to give you that feeling of wear your seatbelt. You're like, nope, not gonna. RAM. Okay, I guess I do. I gotta wear it in my living room. I didn't know. Oh man. Yeah. All I can remember is the guy that does the voiceovers is the saber-toothed tiger in Ice Age. Can you tell I have kids? And
I love Ice Age. Who was that guy?
Yeah, and he's got a great voice. He voices it very well. But
is it Dennis Leary?
Yeah.
No.
Now you have to go back and watch some of those ads and go, oh gosh, I know what you're talking about now. What was it called? Prezio? Prezi?
I think it was Prezi. Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking. The first time I saw one of those, I'm like, this is awful. Please don't do that ever again. Oh gosh. Lynell, yeah, I don't know if you realize this or not, but you really pulled my heartstrings when you talked about your love of having thousands of words on a PowerPoint slide. There is nothing I love more than Death by PowerPoint slide text block. That really might be my biggest pet peeve if I go see any seminar, facilitation, not anything. And if the slides is just an inundated just chart of a block of text so thick that by the end of it you thought you read the Odyssey. Like, and when I see that, no, I'm good. Everything you said, I don't care because no, it's awful. So I would agree with you. I'm glad we have moved away from that. But I have nothing against
if you crave it though. Yeah, if you do crave it, I would highly recommend going to see someone present on like employment law, have an attorney present, because they still to this day. And I'm like, I think you could pare that down. And they're like, no, I'm putting every bit of detail about this law on one slide. And I was like, oh, that is hard to watch.
Including like this.
Yeah, so it's still to this day. It's there. Oh,
it is. They're not wrong.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild. Oh, my gosh.
So it's there if you want to see it.
and really, why wouldn't you want to? Because what a treat for the eyes. It just, my gosh. Yeah, Patrick and I have had a lot of those conversations over the months and months, actually over the years, like we've talked about L&D just outside of this podcast too, of, oh boy, there's nothing more magical than just watching somebody just read a book to you. Like, oh, so Lynell, of course, I agree with you. Let's take out, text blocks, all that kind of stuff. What is something that's currently going on? Maybe that's something newer in this line of learning and development that you're really starting to dig, or maybe it's just kind of a burgeoning thing that you're like, man, I really hope this takes off.
Oh, you know what I really like right now is there's more conversation around skills first. And what I mean by that is, so if you think about, tried and true, like, hey, Steve, you want to move to that next level, 5 years in that role, 5 years in that role, and then we can move you up to a level 2. And that was just always like the line of thinking. I was like, that's your job or career path. You got to put like time in that seat. And that's starting to fade away, thankfully. And more people are talking about skills first. Like, what if you truly can, garner these skills in a year and a half, why do you have to wait 5 to move to that next level? And what I like about that is that certainly what I'm seeing is for individuals coming into the workforce, they want to go. It's like, I'm not waiting 5 years for that promotion. See ya. I'm out, and they want that next level, that next career advancement. So there's like, if I show you my stuff, like I show you I'm talented and I could do this, I want that to be recognized in like 2 years, not 5. It's because if you think I've got these skills, then reward me for it. So that's the one thing I've really seen. I'm like, thank goodness, finally we're getting to the key things that people need to develop and focus on as like the actual skill sets needed, not just like, I've been hanging around for 5 years. I guess you should give me that promotion. So that's one thing that I really like to see more conversations around.
I love those job listings that require 20 years experience for an entry-level position.
Or it's 20 years experience for something that's been around for 10. That too. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah. Okay, I guess it's like, you must be proficient in TikTok and have been aware of this for the last 25 years. Oh, okay. All right, let me just go ahead and apply for that one. I won't lie on my resume either, I promise. Wink. Not that anyone would ever do such a thing, my goodness.
No.
I just saw the meme today. It said, why don't you walk us through your resume? And the person underneath it said, well, I basically did everything that it says on the paper in front of you. Like, that's like the worst interview question. Like, walk us through why. You've had this for at least a week before the interview.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And yet that is so still typical.
Oh gosh.
But I think along this kind of line of talking is that is also where I feel that there's a lot of conversation around getting into fields where you don't need a degree. And I know sometimes that's like controversial to say, like, no, you need to have a 4-year degree to get into this. It's like, no. And specifically for the industry I'm currently in banking, there's so many roles you do not need a degree for. So if you think that is of interest to you, jump right in and just see how far you could go in your career. You don't need to have all that student loan debt and to figure that out. So I like kind of spreading that message a little bit of like, it doesn't, like if I'm going to my surgeon, yes, I would have liked him to go to school for that. Like but for someone, that is going to help me open up my account and give me some advice on my finances. Like, that's something you could teach along the way. I think that's pretty exciting for people that there's a lot of options out there now where you can get into industries and you don't need all that school.
And Lynell, I know you and I have had that conversation about that, the beauty that the kind of corporate structure of things is starting to move away from that time in versus skills known. And I maybe I'm wrong on this, and I would love for somebody to critique it by all means. I genuinely think that and this is nothing against older generations at all, but it is a very boomer centric opinion. They typically have a time invested equals where you rank in an organization. And that's not me being critical. That is like historically accurate if you look at just how things have worked over the last 50, 60 years. And I do agree with you. We are moving away from that because we're starting to see that just because somebody's been in a position for 20 years doesn't really make them either a good leader or that they're the right fit for that next step. It might be somebody that's only been there for even a couple of years. They just have that skill set that caters to that position. I'm completely in your camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think too is giving people a chance, right? Like you don't have to be perfectly polished and know exactly like everything to be a great manager or leader to be in that role. Like, haven't we all learned that we keep learning? It's not you just wipe your hands like, yep, I've arrived. Like I'm just good. I got it all. I figured it all out. Nobody does that. We all keep learning. So yeah, so not kind of shortchanging somebody just because they don't have all the perfect skill sets. It's like you keep working at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Mm-hmm.
So the next question I want to ask is getting a little bit away from kind of the work stuff. So I'd like to know more about Lynell. What makes you happy? What do you have a passion for?
Well, it's specifically podcasts about L&D.
I'm so sorry we couldn't meet that criteria, but we tried.
That's like my favorite. That's my favorite thing in the world. No, I would say I do actually have personal like activities and hobbies and things that I like to do. I like right now I take tap dance. I just think that is super fun. And I did it as a kid. When I became an adult, I was like, would love to do an adult tap class. It is not easy to find, but I found a class. It's fantastic. So I like that. I am taking golf lessons. Yeah. So I'm taking golf lessons also because I work at a bank. So I feel like that's something I need to add to my repertoire, especially in the summertime. But what I found though is golf is hard for one. And so I love this challenge of like, I'm going to hit that ball. I'm going to hit it straight and it's going to go far. I haven't accomplished that yet, but that is what I'm working towards it. So I got to stop like slicing it to the right and I have to stop like hitting the ground before I actually hit the ball. So just little tweaks I got to work on. But yes, so I love that. I like traveling. I like live music and concerts, and I like plays and performances, musicals thing. My oldest son is a professional dancer actually in New York. So he tours around the the country. It's a modern dance company. And so going all over to watch him dance I love that. It's so fun.
What's the name of his company that he's with?
It's called Mark Morris Dance Group. And they're out of Brooklyn, New York.
Well, maybe we'll have to put a little link in the show notes for folks if they want to check that out. That sounds pretty cool.
You could. Yeah, you absolutely could. Yes.
We have that power. I mean,
do you?
When you have a podcast, Lynell, it is almost like godlike powers that are given to you. And we just wield them recklessly.
Amazing. Well, that's what you should do. Yeah.
That is genuinely cool. I don't think I've ever known that after any of our conversations. Forgive me for never knowing that. That's really fascinating.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I have a question for you, and it is not one that I have you prepared for, but I know you'll be okay about this because you brought it up the last time that you and I had a little coffee chat. And I know Patrick is going to be very interested. You happen to hint to me about being locked in a stairwell. Is that correct?
Yes, that has actually happened.
So would you mind
on more than one occasion?
sharing that? Would you mind sharing at least one of those stories, please?
Yes. Well, I'd be happy to. So at my current work, everything is locked down. So you need, even to use the elevator, you need your fob. And yeah, there have been times where before I decided to actually get a lanyard and wear it on my person, so I would not do this again, I forgot this little key fob thing, walk right into the stairwell, and realize as the door closes that horror of like, no, oh my God. And then you run down to all the levels thinking like maybe one of these doors is open. They're not. They're all locked, right? And so you're just like, is somebody going to come? Do I need to? So on some of the floors, there's like a little cutout window. So you can just like press, your head against it and just knock and be like, wave your hands. And hopefully somebody hears you, takes pity on you, opens the door. Thankfully, a lot of people use the back stairwell to get to the cafeteria. So you just, if nothing else, you just wait. You wait it out. And someone will come eventually to save you. But has that ever happened to you, Patrick?
Similarly,
Really?
very, very similarly. Yeah.
I see. So
I also forgot my lanyard to get the bathroom door unlocked, and
so you got locked in the
Is
bathroom?
that really what happened?
that's what my memory serves me correctly.
Lynell
Yeah, unfortunately,
discovered.
I didn't lock myself in the bathroom at work, although I thought I did. I just was pulling on the wrong door. There was a closet in the restroom, and when I turned around after washing my hands, I thought that was the exit, and it was not. It was a closet. So after I tugged on it a couple times, I thought, my mind immediately went to, oh, that's kind of funny. I'm locked in the bathroom. This will be a great story to tell. And the long story short, someone came to let me in because I yelled at them through the window.
Yeah.
And as they were coming towards me, I realized that, oh, wait, the sound's coming from the other side. And I turned around. Oh, that's the door.
Oh. So at any point, did you have a cell phone on you where you thought, I'll just call for help? No. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I had just finished up training. I didn't have anything on me. In my defense, there is a defense here. It was only a few minutes, and someone who was familiar with the restroom said, well, I know at least you washed your hands because you wouldn't have seen the trap closet door if you wouldn't have washed your hands. So I am a man of hygiene. So there's that. Any ladies out there that think I'm a dirty man, I do wash my hands.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah. Whew. I never tire of listening to Patrick being locked in places. It really just lifts my soul in ways that I never imagined. Like, I don't know how he does it. It is such a treat. So
We should just compare every episode with a story.
Yeah. I'm curious, was there a window in that bathroom where one point you decided like I could get myself up onto the sink and like launch myself out through this window? Because that would have been hilarious. Like your feet just dangling out as somebody walks in is like, are you okay? And you're like, I've been locked in here for days. And then they're like, no, you haven't.
No, my mind immediately went to, well, I won't be thirsty because there's water from the sink. And 2, if I have to use the bathroom, perfect place to be.
It's like the cleanest. Yeah. It wouldn't get messy. Wow. No, yeah. I mean, and if you had a pen on you, you have maybe toilet paper to like write your memoir. And then it could be like a time capsule. You could have like put it underneath one of the bathroom tiles.
Well, ideally,
Story even better, actually.
Yeah. Ideally, someone would come to the bathroom the next day.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
I love it. Well, Lynell, Patrick and I do have one more question for you.
Okay.
Do you know who is always with us when we're trying to do our best?
I feel like this is a trick question.
It is.
I do. It is a little thing we call Spinarooski.
Oh, Spinarooski.
So you're right, Mr. Patrick and Lynell. You get to witness firsthand the Spinarooski. And you might be asking yourself, what is the Spinarooski? Well, let me tell you. So each episode, we spin the Spinarooski. It is a wheel of names that might belong to a singular woman who so generously shoved Patrick and I into the Ugly Club many, many, many moons ago. And the goal of this Spinarooski is that we will land on her name so we can thank her properly. So because you are our guest of honor, I was hoping you could help us spin that wheel. And the way that you do it is you say, spin that rooski. Okay, can you do that for us?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, here we go.
Whenever you're ready.
Spin that rooski.
Yes!
It's going around.
And it fired. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a good one this week, and I'm going to laugh if it lands on Lynell.
Abigail.
Wait a minute. Oh, Abigail. Holy smoke. I could see her being an Abigail. I could see that. I was about to ask, Lynell, were you by chance at a small bar in Pewaukee, Wisconsin in the early 2000s, maybe early to mid 2000s, that had a country bar / sports bar at the top and a techno rave in the basement, where you just happen to be there at all? And the place's name.
Wow, no. Oh, okay, no. But that sounds amazing and different. I was not, no.
Did you happen to at least maybe not go in there, but did you happen to maybe drive by with some of your friends and break into a Jeep Cherokee and take the CD deck, but leave the CDs on the seat?
Oh, that sounds familiar. No, but no, I don't think so.
Okay. Never mind. No.
Did you by chance see somebody doing that, stop and put a little piece of paper underneath the CDs so when Patrick lifted it up and it just said, "You should feel bad"? Like, did you do that?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
So these things happened. I might have embellished that last part, but no, that's the truth. I know we live harsh lives. Well, Abigail, thank you so very much. If that is in fact your name, thank you for giving Patrick and I the greatest gift of all, and that is knowing that we are hideous. So thank you so very much. What an absolute treat. Patrick, what do you think? Should we start wrapping this puppy up?
Let's do it. And you know what? I'm thinking now that I believe we recognized her as Abby back in the day. I think she was a little younger, so she went by the nickname. So,
but now she goes as Abigail. Now she goes.
Correct.
Got it.
Yes, in there. Yeah. So that about does it for this episode. A big, giant, huge thank you to Lynell Meeth for joining us today and definitely prettying up the joint. And to everyone out in listener land for tuning in on Grossly Competent. If you like what you're hearing and want to support the show, here are the best ways possible. Steve.
You can subscribe, follow, and give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. You can visit us on Buzzsprout at grosslycompetent.buzzsprout.com. Here you can become an active supporter and help us with the show. Sincerely, every cent counts, and we greatly appreciate it. Give us a shout on Instagram at grosslycompetent. You can email us if that's your jam at grosslycompetent@gmail.com. But what we would love more than anything is for you to tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, or somebody as awesome as your L&D person, or somebody that's even cooler than that, all about this podcast. Sincerely.
We appreciate all of you. Any form of support you can provide means the world to us. This truly is a labor of love, and we love bringing it to you each and every week.
Normally we would kind of do some form of a shout out or something like that, but Lynell, you are our shout out this week. I genuinely and wholeheartedly, we appreciate you coming on. Really, thank you. Is there a way, no, of course, is there a specific way that you would like individuals to possibly contact you?
Well, if they've listened this all the way through and still want to reach out, yeah, I mean, they can find me on LinkedIn, and yeah, that's probably the easiest way. So,
okay. Then I will make sure I put your information in the show notes. So if anybody would like to reach out to Lynell and tap into that font of knowledge that she is, I think I speak on behalf of Patrick and just about anybody else that's listening. You are a delight. Sincerely. Thank you so much. This was a real pleasure of ours for you to come on here and regale us. Sincerely. I know we had fun, but thank you. I really do appreciate it.
oh, well, I appreciate being able to just talk shop, and it's like we had a cup of coffee together and just chatted. So that's what it felt like, and I appreciate just being able to share the space with you all. It's just, it's your world. I'm living in it. It's good. Yeah.
Well, Patrick is quite the coffee connoisseur, so we might have to have him at one of our coffee chats.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should do that.
That'd be great. I mean, if you can't make it that day, no problem. But yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
Just give us your card. Just give us your card number, and we'll be good.
Oh, okay. I am getting beaten up this week, but man, I love.
We've now somehow made a tradition of of two guests that we've had on here, just making sure we have teamed up on Steve.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're going to continue that trend.
Oh, good. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Now there is one more ask that I have of you, Lynell. Okay. So this is it, since you have listened to several episodes, now you know that when we sign off, we do so through song, and we sing Ugly Out.
Oh.
Now.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you wanted me to Venmo you. Oh, okay. No.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I could do this.
Gosh. Yeah.
Make that check out to.
Exactly.
Now, everybody.
I want to be supportive of the program.
What? Gosh, yeah. Well, you can do that too. Yeah, you can do that. We'll cover that later on. But no, everybody out there in listener land, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as Patrick and I did. Lynell, thank you again. That's going to do it for this episode. And Lynell, on your cue, Patrick and I are going to sing Ugly Out with you. Are we ready?
Okay.
Ugly.
God, that was bad.
And that right there is exactly what you need to end with that, Patrick. Oh my God, that was bad. Or you can start the episode with that, Patrick, quite frankly.